We all deserve to be angry, and I think it's time we stop saying the House, the Senate, and we start calling these people by name. These are other human beings. These people have lives, families, children, just like we do. Theirs are being taken care of and protected. Ours aren't. Today has already just been a long day as far as like mental health wise. A lot of you guys are of course aware of the world we're living in. It's not fun right now. I'm ready to get off this roller coaster. I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I was on Twitter the other day, and one of the greatest parts, one of the advantages / disadvantages of Twitter is that you really can't get on there and say whatever you want to say, act however you want to act, but that also applies to the media. Those two things, being able to say whatever you want to say, as well as seeing the media, it can cause a lot of conflicts and clashes. And it's always so interesting to me to see how people of different walks of life and people of different belief systems interact on social media over things that happen in our country. So I'm on Twitter and I noticed how much bickering and fighting and disrespect was happening in regards to, like, you know, things that are happening in our world, things that are affecting us, things that are happening in this country every single day. And it begins to feel like, why are y'all fighting? You know, especially like in the comments, if you really peep, if you really notice, you'll see like white people saying one thing and black people saying another, and then yes sis, I stand with you and stuff like that. I'm guilty of it myself. I'm a person that tweets. I'm a Twitterer or whatever. And it's just so funny reading these comments, and it's like, you don't like you because you said something in regards to this, but we're not looking at each other and saying, hey, even though we have opposing opinions, we both feel strongly about whatever this is. I want to personally let Congress know how I feel and how a lot of us probably feel. We are unemployed, we are looking for work, probably not finding much because the Federal Reserve just admitted that they have been purposefully making sure that there is always an unemployment pool for employers to draw from. I'll put the link to that article in the comments, and they're just now stopping doing that. So as one of the unemployed people who's currently looking for work and trying to get established and all that, I want to talk to the 535 people in our Congress. That is our senators and our House of Representatives. And I have one thing to say to each and every one of them. Shame on you. At what point do we stop looking at each other for answers and we start looking to our federal government for answers? This government is trash. If you are an American citizen, the American government is currently failing you. Like, really sit in that and think about that. The American government is failing all of us. Senior Senator Marco Rubio, shame on you. Even if you think you have it good, even if you are a millionaire or a billionaire, which that's a different topic for another day, it's still failing you because you pay your tax dollars and you give and you do X, Y, Z, and then when you need the government to look out for people who may not be as rich as you, which is where your taxes are supposedly going, they don't. They don't. We should all be pissed off at the government. And it sounds weird, it sounds funny, until I put it in perspective. Like, I was talking to a friend and told him, like, yeah, this country is ran by like less than 1,000 people. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, the senators and the representatives make up 535 people. And you have the president, his cabinet, and you have like the Supreme Court justices. That's the basic foundation of our government. You have millions of people's lives. People are dying. Over 100 and something thousand people have died because of the failures of less than 1,000 people. That's just from COVID alone. And when you think about it and when you conceptualize it that way, it sounds a lot more like fucked up. Senior Senator Mitch McConnell, shame on you. When we use terms like systematic oppression, it feels like it don't really slap, like it don't really hit us. That systematic oppression means the system is oppressing us. Junior Senator Rand Paul, shame on you. Senior Senator Roy Blunt, shame on you. Junior Senator Ted Cruz, shame on you. As I'm going through these names, I notice a lot of them are not only white, but they are white male. What this country has allowed to happen is not okay, and it's not fair. The freedom and the equity and the equality that Black people and people of color are seeking lies directly within the names that I'm reading. And it's not as simple as get out and vote. And I'm really tired of people saying, oh, just get out and vote. It's not that simple. Be realistic. First of all, you have voter suppression that you have to take into consideration. Cheated out of the election by the very person whose job prior to running was to ensure that the elections ran fairly and smoothly. She was cheated in front of everyone, making sure people are not able to vote via mail-in ballot, telling other states to double vote just to make sure it goes through. This is not a personal attack to anyone. I don't know these people. What I do know is myself as an American and other people as my fellow Americans voted these 535 people in office, and they're not doing squat shit. They're not doing anything they're supposed to be doing. As I'm saying it, I'm trying not to get angry and be pissed off and be as mad as I deserve to be. Truly, as mad as I deserve to be. We all deserve to be angry, and I think it's time we stop saying the House, the Senate, and we start calling these people by name. These are other human beings. These people have lives, families, children, just like we do. Theirs are being taken care of and protected. Ours aren't, because of the failures that they keep having towards us. Because blue side versus red side. But then you want to talk about gang violence. American government, the way it is right now, it is gang violence. It's 1,000 people against millions of people. I think it's time we start talking to them directly, people to people. People to people. Senior Senator Lindsey Graham, shame on you. Senior Senator Pat Roberts, shame on you. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, thank you. So often, more than not, these people are upheld as some intangible figment of our imagination. These are people. These are other human beings that have effectively stalled our nation because of bureaucracy, because of disagreements, because of bipartisan bullshit, as I love to call it. It is enough. We have had over 100,000 people die in this country due to COVID and counting. States have basically opened back up as if nothing is going on. To be honest with you, I should have called out the governors too, because they're failing. Every branch of government we have voted for is failing. And it is failing the American people. It is failing the workers, the bread and butter of this country. And enough is enough.